Dave here with Half Dozen Customs, back for a little Monte Monday madness. So last Monday we left off with working over here on this little rust hole section, which was two pieces. It was inner and outer, and we left off, I was gonna get everything painted with just some 2-in-1 so that we could put these new pieces in and not have, you know, bare metal sandwiched together. So I was kind of looking at this, you know, we have some pinholes and some thin metal up through here that I had sandblasted and got it cleaned up. And when I made this panel, it pretty much extends out past all that. I was going to trim this patch back and weld it in at the cut area, but then when I set it on there and I seen that it covered, you know, all that rust that I sandblasted, I was like, well, I might as well just, you know, we might as well just cut this all out and utilize the good patch. So so that's what I'm gonna do. There's a little bit of a hump in the floor keeping me from laying this thing down flat. I'm gonna try and see if we can maybe knock this hump down a little bit, and see if we can lay that down to get a clean mark for it. Get that cut out. I'm gonna cut it on the inside of my line, and hopefully it'll fit. You know, like I said, this, you know, this floor is kind of, it's got a bow up, and then it was kind of beat up and bent up over here. I didn't really get it. I don't think, if I cut it on the line, I think we'll be cutting away too much, so I'm gonna cut away on the inside of it. Hopefully I didn't blast you guys with sparks again. Last Monday, I trashed my protective cover. On the lens there, so I gotta watch and be careful where I'm shooting that stuff. That's what she said! Yeah, guy. Yeah. I think we're good. Okay, so we got this tacked in place. This seam here gets seam sealer, and then it gets seam sealer all the way across the top. That side's the same. So I just made it match everything that was going on. We're just gonna weld this in, and then You know, maybe I'll put 2 spot welds in there, and then that'll be it. This piece will be done. So, alright. Welding helmet's nice and charged. My blow gun. I'm glad that I made that decision to cut that back, because that wouldn't have welded in as nice trying to weld to that sandblasted, pitted, rusty metal. I guarantee you it was a lot thinner than what I just welded to. So, very cool. I'm gonna grab my spot weld bit. We'll drill a couple holes in there. We'll get that welded up. Just try to blow all the metal shavings out of there so I don't weld them in. Okay. We're good. Let's put some grind in. Shooting sparks right at you there. Alright, that's pieces in. What are we going to work on next? There's so much here. I think what I'm going to do here, so there's a lot going on in this section, of course. You know, I can see, you know, we have rot and rot holes all the way up into like the kick panel of the car. We have this where the floor seat brace goes. You know, some of this I'm gonna weld up like this here. I'm gonna weld that up. I may weld up these couple of pieces, you know, maybe cut out a little patch, put him in there, you know, kind of try and pinch him back together, weld him up, maybe cut out a couple of little patches to patch the holes there. But I think, I don't know, maybe we'll cut all this out, but this whole section here has to be, you know, cut out. I can't put that floor brace back into this metal, so this metal here definitely 100% is getting replaced. Whether or not I'm gonna take it across there, I might have to think about that. But this rocker, because this section, whatever I decide to do here, mounts to the rocker, and this rocker's rotted out here. And you know, the rocker's rotted out all the way up into the kick panel. So I think the next thing that I'm gonna do here is we are gonna holy wood screws.
What are you talking about, Willis?
We're gonna get this panel, this patch off, so I can see what's going on up in here, and decide what we're gonna do with this rocker. Now I'm gonna cut out and we're gonna replace pretty much this whole rocker section from the seat belt to the kick panel. Now it's gonna end up getting done in 2 pieces because unfortunately my metal brake doesn't, unless I bend it on the table. Maybe we'll just bend it on the table and then do it in 1 piece, but my brake don't bend as long as we need here, so I think it only does like 32 inches. This is definitely longer than 32 inches. But you know, bending it on the table is an option. So let's get I'm gonna get a torch and a scraper, and let's start seeing if we can get this caulk out of here and get this panel out. I see that it's very large, like lumber bolts in there. Missing my little scraper guy. My favorite little scraper guy. Alright, I found it. It was in the wrong drawer. Oh yeah, good old flat screws. Look at that. That's awesome. That's top-notch car repair right there.
Gross!
Huh? Don't have to worry about that one. That's awesome. That's awesome. What you guys think? Pretty gnarly. Yeah, we'll get it fixed. Little by little. This is the worst of it, I think. Pretty crunchy up there. Pretty crunchy. Dashboard's gonna have to come up too. not necessarily for the repairs. I mean, it might be a little easier without it in here to repair up into the firewall section, but we're either gonna be putting a different dash in here, or we're gonna be making one. I threw out a couple ideas towards the wife of what I could see happening, and she liked it, so we'll have to see. But this dashboard is definitely coming out. We're not leaving it in there. It's beat up, it's cracked, you know, it's real bad. It's, you know, all around the, you know, around the radio, it's all shattered. It's cracked all along the top. Now, so, and, you know, like, another reason that, like, you know, I don't mind pulling the dash out. Not that I'm trying to talk your guys' ears off, but, like, there's a fuse panel. Can you guys see the fuse panel in there? Probably not. It's empty. There's no fuses in it. I think there's one, and then there's one 20, 22. I see two 20 amp fuses, and then just a couple of relays that are in it. So, like, I guarantee you nothing works. No radio, no AC, no rear defrost, no gauges, no nothing. I guarantee you nothing works, because there's no gauges, or there's no fuses in anything. So, and when you guys get to see under the hood, like it's been stripped of all the emission stuff is still in there, but none of it's hooked up. So, you know, and we're putting that 350 small block in here, so I don't need any of the computer system. I don't need any of the wiring harness, no nothing. You know, the only reason I would keep this wiring harness in here is to make the dash work, and none of it's even hooked up. So why were all the fuses pulled? Like, is there something going on in there that they needed to be pulled? Like, you know, only time will tell, but cool stuff's brewing. But I'll see you guys later, a little later, for some more Monte Monday madness. So, good shit right there.
That's some good
Oh,